Hello there, Robert Choco here. Today we're going to start, well, what I hope to be something a little bit more. Now, most of you who already know me already know that I previously did a panel on bootleg merchandise. And you can already see the video of some horrific stuff previously. And ever since then I've always wanted to do some actual videos on bootleg stuff. I've done the ones here and there, but it's very rare that I go out and purposely buy a figure that I've already got but it's bootleg. However, thanks to Infinity Crate, they have managed to do that. Mario. Now, those of you who already saw my Infinity Crate unboxing, I kind of figured out very quickly that this was a bootleg figure. And I don't want to sound horrible, but this was actually brought up to Infinity Crate via Facebook and an email. The post was quickly removed and the email was ignored. But this is why I'm kind of thinking I need to start showing people how to identify stuff. So this, along with hopefully some other videos in the near future, I really hope to start showing off how to identify between bootleg stuff and the real stuff, because it's easy seeing this is a bootleg, because really at the end of the day you can't really tell that. Well, I mean, you can if you've got an eye for it, but as soon as you look at that you just like think that's Mario. But there is a few differences that you will start to pick up on when you start looking for bootlegs. So this is the Mario that came with Infinity Crate, and you can see the unboxing of the Infinity Crate somewhere on the channel. I'll see if I can find a link for it. So we know that this is the one that came out. I haven't just picked somewhere else and went with it. However, this is the one that came from Nintendo, and it was boxed with, well, it wasn't boxed with, it came with Mario Tennis, and it is available on the Nintendo store, I believe. Now, the first thing that you can kind of see is this one has a huge tag with Super Mario on. Tags are one of the most easiest things to look for, but much like the bootlegs themselves, they can be copied. So don't go off wholly on the tag, at least not this one anyway. There's a few other things, we'll get to that later. So this has a whole tag saying Super Mario, it's got Mario's face on, it's got stuff inside saying how to trademark Nintendo products, all that jazz. Trademarks everywhere. Even a barcode as well. This one came with nothing. Now it's very simple that this could have just been fallen off, could have just been taken off. However, there's a few other things that kind of see as well. First up, we look at, well, these are different coloured boots for a start, aren't they? Yeah. So, yeah, differences in colourings. Even, it might not be picking up on the camera, however, the overalls, you can tell are both a different colour. Even other things like his hair kind of feels a little bit more, and it's other stuff as well. I mean, look at this, the side. Cap. Now, Mario always has a distinct shape for his cap. And it brings me on to the next topic. Poor stuffing. A lot of bootlegs have poor stuffing where they're kind of like misshapen, or they just don't look right. I keep going back to Nintendo. I kind of want to see, when I'm talking about Nintendo, I'm talking about like Nintendo as in the Nintendo properties. I'm trying to say like Nintendo as in Mario, Zelda, stuff like that. I don't want to say Pokemon because that is its own little thing, and will hopefully come in a nearer video. But when I say Nintendo, I mean like Mario and stuff like that, because at conventions there is a lot of stores that do like Mario plushes and stuff like that. Probably the same as this. A lot of them might get them from the same supplier. So another thing to look out for is, like I said, is the stuffing. Like I said, this is correctly stuffed. Mario's hat is pretty much the correct way to look at it. And like it says, other parts of this just feels like the stuffing feels, and this feels a little bit more even, whereas this one just kind of feels a bit more like, that feels like it's actually padded correctly. That just feels like he's got nothing inside him. It's the quality of the stuffing as well. Obviously the cheaper stuff, because it's cheaply made, will use less stuffing, or they'll use cheaper stuff. Another easy way to check, which is kind of difficult if you don't really know how to look at them, is the sewn or the stitching and stuff like that. A lot of these ones will have like poor stitching. For example, this, we can see that the white on here is kind of like fluffy. You can't even tell that he's got a glove on. His hands are kind of like all blobbed into one. This one, oh look, the stitching's done so well that he's actually got a fist and not a meat hand thing. Same with these little buttons. They're kind of like, this one's stitched on correct, like looks more even, and even down to the moustache and his sideburns and stuff like that. It just feels like the official one, the stitching is of far higher quality. Another way to look is the tags on the back. Now this has a generic tag: choking hazards, small parts. Do not give to children under 3 years. All new materials, 80% cotton, 20% polyester. Made in China. 100% polyester stuffing. This one's got, wow, look at all that. That's like a book's worth of stuff. Basically seeing how to dry clean it. Trademarks, copyrights. What else have we got? Oh, it conforms to safety requirements. This doesn't conform. I could be sitting here. This could catch fire, all of us, and I could die. Jesus Christ. But yeah, you tend to find that, I mean, the tags, they're not easy to just to go off, but you tend to find that official ones seem to have a lot more stuff like trademarks, a lot more information, rather than just kind of a generic one. Is this stuff with polyester as well? Well, it gives us washing instructions. I can wash this thing. It just says all new materials, polyester fibre. Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it really. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to like see particularly against Infinity Crates, because, like I said originally, when I say I don't even know, I don't know if they know. It just kind of felt a bit annoying, the fact that I contacted them regarding it and they just kind of snubbed it off, covered it up as if it wasn't there. And at the end of the day, that is half the problem. Because, yes, if it's a bootleg stuff, however, if you know it's bootleg and you're intentionally selling it, it's kind of like, well, you kind of know but just don't care. I mean, at the end of the day, it's business, isn't it? However, not addressing bootlegs and stuff like that, that just makes your company look all the more worse when people do catch on. At the end of the day, if you find out that you've got a bootleg thing and it's kind of obvious, you should be doing all you can just to try and find out where it came from and try to improve it. Just even if you just put on saying, unfortunately, we've got a shipment of bad merchandise. We'll try and make sure that it'll not happen in the future. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Anyways, that's more or less it. I've talked enough about that. I could probably talk for hours about bootlegs and stuff like that. And I want you guys to do one thing for me. Try and get this out there. Not for my sake, just to kind of say, well, yes, there is some bootleg, at least Mario plushes out there. And just to have people be extra vigilant when it comes down to things. It's not really to say anything against particular people, but really, at the end of the day, if they've done it with one item, it's certainly possible they could be doing it with others. Who knows? Anyways, the only other thing I want to discuss is I kind of want to do a little bit more of this. So if anybody has something they know is bootleg and they kind of don't want it, I will be in the way of looking at trying to maybe get it off you for a minimal fee, just to kind of get rid of it. I get something to look at. That's if people are selling at the end of the day. Or if you can point me to a direction where you see something, if it's the right price, I will pick it up just to kind of do a video and kind of show, yeah, this is what they are. I'm still rambling, aren't I? Anyways, that's it from me, and that's it from Mario and Bootleg Mario. We'll call him Dario. And he's gone in the bin. That's it from me. Thanks for coming, and thanks again. Goodbye.